Welcome to 522B. Let's see what we're looking at with this beautiful apartment. Kitchen to the right. Got a pantry over there. All right. One of the first things I want to know about the place is how dusty is it? Let's just check it out. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say this is pretty average when we come into the place for the first time. So from here, I definitely want to know what's going on with the air handler. All right. We got a fresh filter. That's something I definitely want to know right away. And okay, these shades are down. All right. Lots of window space in this apartment. And we got the sun coming through the glass. I kind of like that. All right. Yep, that sun's coming through that glass. Let's check out the bathroom. All right. So we got a spot down here. Cabinet wide open. Need toilet. Okay. Water on the floor. What's going on? Oh, okay. So we just dripping. All right then. Okay. Water flow is slowing down, so it's not a plumbing problem. Somebody just left it running. Got a closet room to the right. And that covers the apartment. Let's see. Okay. This is the first area I usually try to work. We got pretty dirty glass on the outside. Okay, but the comfortable temps. This is good, especially for an upper floor unit. I'm on the 5th floor. These apartments get really warm, but this one's comfortable to work in. All right. So if there's dust on the counter, the likelihood is, yeah. But that stovetop, the condition of the stovetop is looking real good. I'll be checking that out soon. First thing I like to do is work on the windows, especially first thing in the morning. You got morning sun coming through them. This upper level of windows usually doesn't get cleaned, and so typically they're pretty dirty. But I'm going to go ahead and hit that and get started on this entire section right here. Okay, so after the first time around, I'm looking at my windows from the inside, and they're looking good, but I can see where they need to be retouched. So, all right. Much better. It's looking much better. And that's typical when you're dealing with real dirty glass. The likelihood is you will have to touch it up. But total time, 10 minutes inside, 10 minutes outside. That's pretty good. 20 minutes for that section. You kind of want to know what's going on. That's how dirty the water was when I was done with just that one section. Aha. So, the Panda Express has opened. All right. Midtown 20's newest building holds 300 apartments. It's due to open very soon here. About a month or so, I'm told. All right, let's go on to this next room. It's got lower level windows. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the glass first thing in the morning. I get a chance to see all the blemishes. And the other thing that I definitely enjoy is the fact that If I hit the glass first, then I'll be able to check my work out throughout the rest of the day as the sun moves over. So that's another reason why I like to start on the glass. And the physical aspect of it, I like to separate glass and floors. You can probably understand why. So with this set of blinds in each room, you got 2 of them, 9 windows, 18 sets of blinds. We roll those down rather, and just dust them off, roll them right back up, and that's about it. It's not a hard task, it's just a little time consuming, but we make sure there's no dust on them. So while I'm on glass, I go straight in and start handling mirrors. So initially I thought this was the only mirror, but I found another one in the shower stall. It's kind of unusual, but after I cleaned it, I noticed these water spots, and they were bugging me. I was like, okay, wait a minute, for real? Yeah, this needs to be done with another technique. There we go. So my scrubber, I get a chance to actually demonstrate how effective it is at removing the hard water stains. You can see it with the mirror. I went ahead and scrubbed the whole wall. Since I was going to work that glass, I decided, okay, might as well start in this shower stall. That's where I'm going to start and get that glass and get a chance to see. It really removed those hard water stains nicely. So what it does on the glass, it does on the tile. All right, and I couldn't do anything with this but notify maintenance. You got some water damage underneath this sink in addition to that discoloration. And so this closet room to the right, the only thing to really do in here is to make sure and clean those racks, the upper racks where the clothes hang, and vacuum and wipe out those drawers. Here you see me checking out the top of the washing machine. I've already wiped that down. And this particular black tray area, it holds different equipment that the apartment uses, like cable and Wi-Fi and all the other stuff. But it gets really dusty, as you can see, and this is a pet peeve of our client. They're always on us about making sure this gets done, so I'm demonstrating what we do to get it done. I use a wet cloth. Basically, that's all I use. And make sure that it's clean. And I did not remove that piece of equipment because it was hooked up. The other piece of equipment, it was easy to just simply move it out of the way. Talking about that piece right there. Went ahead and put it back on top. And after cleaning it off, of course, everything's good in the utility room. Now this door acts as a vent. So we make sure and clean all the slats with a paintbrush, both on the inside and on the outside. Make it as dust-free as possible. And so this is usually what we see every time we pull an oven off from the wall. We got to clean that off. It's pretty normal to see it. We're not grossed out about it. We just know to look for it. And so we're going to make sure that's all clean. And we also hit the cabinets inside this area as well. And of course, you can see what's going on with the floor underneath the oven. This oven was actually cleaner on the inside than it was on the outside. I'm going to demonstrate that. But while the oven's pulled out, we always want to make sure and get that backsplash area. Now, I like this tool, and you can see why. Hand scrubbing does have its place, and I do hand scrub regularly. But when I don't have to, and I know what kind of results I'm going to get with this thing, it's taken me a little bit longer because this caked on grease really was stubborn. But no match for this thing, I'll tell you that. All right, so now the next step is to wet the wall up, wet this area up so that I can remove that residue. I wouldn't dare just go in and start wiping because that buffing action of the machine, it has a drying effect. So we want to loosen all this up real good. Of course, I'm getting some of it with the rag, but what I really want to do is hit it with another damp rag. And so that's what I'm using this particular rag for. Yeah, the orange rag is my go-to. And what I want to make sure and do to make sure there are no smear marks left behind, because it's clean now, but you always finish up with the polish rag. That's what really guarantees your shine. All right, there we go. Okay, that area is clean. And so now this is what we pulled just from under the oven. And like I said, it's kind of, I'm not trying to embarrass anybody. This is normal. This is normal. Stuff just gets dropped back there. It just happens all the time. All right, now we're all clean, ready to reinstall in that space back there. Take a quick look at this oven. This glass ain't looking right to me. But this oven has hardly been used. There's a little bit to do in here. Just a little bit. This oven does not get used well. I mean, very much at all. But there was a little to do, just a tiny bit on the inside. And I made sure to hit that top. Okay, you just saw the lower oven, how clear it was. Now I made the top match it. Okay. It had to be scrubbed. It had to be dealt with. But you see the results. And so I get a chance to make an oven that was really pretty much already clean. I get a chance to put my signature on it and make it sparkle like new. That's a real fun thing to do when we get jobs like this. We call them sparkles. There you go. So that's the before of what that oven door was looking like. You could see the cloudiness of it, and now we get a chance to see what it looked like after it had been cleaned and polished, like brand new. All right. So the top, after I cleaned it, it looked great. But there was just this one little area that got my attention because it looked different than the others. And that is actually something that will come up. Okay, the Mr. Clean eraser block did some of the work I needed, but I ended up needing the pumice rock and the oven cleaner to do the job. And you can see my results. Made it look just like the others. It's like spanking brand new. Fantastic condition. This oven was in great condition. So my normal cleaning time was much less on that. The microwave oven was already amazingly clean as well. I had a tiny bit to do in there, just hardly worth mentioning, but it was just a tiny touch up in there. Did make note of this situation with the control panel. It is scratched. And since I found it this way, I'm making a note of it. All right. Any unusual situation like this, we want to always make sure and log it and report it. We've done our part. Okay, and so underneath the microwave oven, we always want to check there as well. I ended up having to clean a little bit of grease up under here, but not bad. That filter has already been replaced. All right, this is what happened when I pulled the refrigerator out. Not bad, not too bad back there, but that had to be cleaned, and so the whole cabinet space inside and out gets cleaned. And I'm just trying to see if my camera will pick up. There's fine overspray up and down this entire corner of the cabinet area. And so this is something that typically happens after the apartments have been painted. All right, so I told you about checking under the last drawer has to be pulled out, and that space in the back always has some kind of interesting surprises. So here we got a bag, and we got some cough drops. We even have a light bulb. That was amazing to me. And so you just never know what you're going to find down there, but we always want to clean that area. This is all the trash that was found. And I thought that looked familiar. After I had cleaned those light bulbs earlier, I recognized this particular bulb as belonging to a set. Give that to maintenance later. And even though the refrigerator was fairly clean and looking good, I'm noticing fine rust spots on this refrigerator. And so I know the camera might not, there go one spot right there you can see, but my eye is picking up on all kinds of little tiny rust spots, and I'm thinking, okay, if I can get it, I'm gonna get it. And so I took my steel wool to it. I didn't wet the steel wool this time. For the most part, I tried to rub with the grain. Every now and then I would go cross grain just to see if it would pick something up better. But going with the grain works best. And every now and then you have to go against the grain, but for the most part, that steel wool is going to get the results you want. Okay, I'm checking the inside of the door. That steel wool also has, I'm sorry, that stainless steel also has to be checked. There we go. All right, it's looking decent. So when we apply our stainless steel cleaner, we make sure and get this area also. There's a tiny rust spot right there, right behind the panel. It was hard to see, but the steel wool got it. And so now I'm pretty much ready to put the stainless steel cleaner to this refrigerator. The inside was looking good. It looked like it really didn't have to be touched, but I'm inspecting pretty hard and I'm seeing little stuff. And I'm knowing that I'm the last cleaner on site, so I'm going to make sure and check everything. You understand? So I'm recognizing that somebody did a really good job on cleaning this refrigerator. I'm just looking in areas I was trained to check when I first started, because there are areas that typically get missed, but we want to catch it. You can see a little something back there. There was a little something back there as well. That was very easy to go get. Pulled the shelves out, and you can see along the wall, when I pulled the shelves out, there's a little something on the walls. And the further down I go, the more I'm seeing. So that's letting me know, yeah, we're going to disassemble this whole thing. Now, the right side was able to come out pretty easy, this little rack holder right here, where that last glass rack goes. But this one right here, oh, it don't want to come out. Okay, so anytime I'm dealing with plastic like this, I'm going to put a reasonable effort to it, but I'm not going to apply my whole strength to it. It ain't happening. We're not snapping any plastic today. And so that's what I've been looking for, all that little tiny crumbs back here. All right, so I kind of suspected it was there, but hardly anything is really there. This refrigerator was an easy clean. I was able to, use my disinfectant wipes and get it cleaned well. There's something in this little corner, and since I know I can't pull that thing out, I just take my brush to it and get those tiny little crumbs I saw in there. There they go. All right, so like I said, it was a real easy job. I reassembled everything and made sure and wiped that glass down fresh, both top and bottom of each glass piece. And this oven is, I'm sorry, this refrigerator is officially clean. There we go. Now, each of these plastic shelves had to come out. These plastic holders had to come out and be wiped because there was tiny little crumbs in them. But I didn't have to do the full, disassemble, wash everything, dry everything, reassemble, So this refrigerator still took me more than half the time, but not nearly as long, probably 2/3 the time. Okay, so my last step is to clean the countertops. When I say last step, I'm talking about before I'm about to do the floors. My sink's already clean at this point. All my stainless steel appliances are clean. And this particular countertop, I'm noticing a line along each slab near the end of each slab. And I couldn't get it. It wouldn't rub out. I'm just noticing it. It's just the way it is. It's in the finish. So I'm satisfied. It's as clean and as smooth as I could get it. Here's my stainless steel sink, looking nice and sharp. That discoloration in the finish, there's nothing we can do about that. All right, it's time to hit this floor. Lots of floor space. I'm about to sweep this floor twice, wet mop it once, and then use my final Floor Shine product on it. You can see I've got a lot of area to cover. So along the way, of course, I'm noticing marks and scratches and this kind of thing. So I'm just making note of it. This is the way I found it. And overall, the floor looks good. It just has a few little blemishes. All right. That's my mop pad I'll be using later. Just checking out the floor. Okay. Here goes the bathroom floor. Okay. Shower stall's clean. Everything's ready to go. This room, the closet room, is ready to go. Little shelf space there, and the racks for the clothes. Okay. You can see the nice lines. I am not walking on these carpets, by the way. We are not leaving any shoe prints behind. Ceiling fans are clean. Everything's clean. Windows are looking good. All right. Got that one too. And I did dust back there. And everything's pretty much ready to go. My final step is to clean this floor. The entire process took about, I want to say about an hour and a half because I swept it 3 times. No, this time I swept it twice. And I made sure to wet mop it, went over it with the Shine product, and that took about an hour and a half. I came back the next morning to double check it. So this is my own QC, my own quality control. I get there before I know the inspectors are coming. I want to see what this place looks like in the morning hours when they're going to see it. And this is the most important part of the entire job that I've done so far. I'm going to show you why. This floor is looking fantastic, by the way. And it's just nice to be able to see it look good the way you set out to make it look, right? You're out to make the floor shine. This is the biggest surface area we clean, and it's what makes the biggest impression on anybody walking through the door. Floors are big in this industry. Okay, so bathroom floor is looking good as well. Okay, let's get this open. Nice and open. Very good. Floor is looking good. I almost walked out that door and I'm like, oop, we are not walking on this carpet. Okay, but look at that floor. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. So I am pleased with the floor. But while I'm in here, see, now normally I would have vacuumed before wet mopping, but I didn't have my vacuum. We had a vacuum, but the battery died on it. So I'm always suspecting what I can't see, especially, and so I want to show y'all what I found after dust mopping twice and sweeping once. See there? And I didn't find any shoe marks anywhere except in the kitchen. Now, I don't know how they got there. I mean, they're my shoe marks. I'm recognizing my own tread. You understand what I'm saying? But I thought I was, So this occurs when the mop is not damp enough. It can be damp, but not damp enough to wipe your shoe prints up. So and this was my last area that I was, putting that Shine product down on. So that kind of let me know, okay, I know how to do that better next time. But the shoe prints come up real easily. And let me come over here and show you what I was able to pick up off the floor after sweeping it and dust mopping it. See now, it ain't much, but it's something there. And I'm so happy about the fact that I got this. And nobody else will ever have a chance to see it or know it's there because I got it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I can say this apartment is clean. And that's what you want. You want a good feeling about your work when you leave. All right, I'm out of here.